somebody who is sort of synonymous with just being a British shooter. He's actually Welsh. Was Adrian Street, and he only went
Yes.
into the
He
American
stretched
wrestling.
me. He stretched me a couple of times.
Yeah, he only went into American wrestling. I don't know if it was like around 1980 or around that time, because he was hugely successful over here, not only
Hmm.
in drawing money, but almost being like the gorgeous George of his era.
Well, he was ahead of his time. He was a singer. I guess he danced a little bit. He was a writer, and he was and his gimmick. And you could used to do this. You could do the gay gimmick. You can't do the gay gimmick now because they would shut you down so quick. Oh my God! But he did it so well. But if you looked at him, and I was trying to pick apart his, not pick apart, but dissect his gimmick on one of these long ass trips they used to send us on. You need things to think about. So I was thinking about Adrian Street, how well, and even I knew it at the time, how well he did his gimmick. Because not only was he a shooter, and if somebody thought they could get to him and beat him up, well, they'd be on their nose in a minute with him behind them and stretching and pulling their limbs out of socket. But even if you thought he was gay, which is what the gimmick led you to believe, but he had a woman with him. He had Miss Linda with him. So wait a minute, is he in the middle somewhere? So he had this sexual personality about him that you really couldn't pinpoint. But he was fascinating to me. He was entertaining. He knew what he was doing, and he was tough, and he was great to talk to, great talker, and he would have that sucker in his mouth, and I don't know. He had songs that he played. I forgot the song he used to play. He said, "Oh, there's something strange about a cowboy." And he would play that for me, and I love the song. I need to find that and put it on my playlist because a great song. But Adrian Street, I love the guy, and he was. I think he's working now with WWE in their NXT England or UK, right? Or no?
I
Or
didn't
he
know that.
was.
I know he moved back here a few years ago. That's about the extent of what I know about him now.
No, I think he's with NXT UK.
Hmm.
Is that the
Yeah,
initials for it?
yeah.
So, but anyway, great guy,
Well,
great guy.
I want to stick with Adrian. So I just imagine. I mean, it was one thing dressing up like that, because in the UK we've got like a huge tradition of men
Yes.
dressing up as women in pantomime and that kind of thing. Over in America, I mean, that killed Queen's career in America, where they all dressed up as women for a video in "I Want to Break Free" in 1984. How did Adrian? I mean, how did the boys react to him when they saw him in his costume for the first time?
Oh, hey, we all accepted him because we knew the history. If somebody said, "Who is that?" and somebody said, "Hey," they get smart enough pretty quick. Said, "Don't get smart with that guy. He will beat the living crap out of you." No shit. Yeah. And guys respected him. We all loved Adrian and Miss Linda, and they were very nice people. And but who really he got over with is not the dressing room. He got over with the fans because he was something totally new. This is what wrestling has always done. Was they would always push the envelope, and with Adrian, they pushed it all the way, and he drew a ton of money.
Hmm.
Just actually, if you just forget wrestling, you could almost just go. People would go see Adrian Street. Like WWE, they don't want you saying now, "Oh, I want to see, I'm on John Cena," or "I want to see Undertaker." They don't want you saying that anymore. They want you saying, "I want to go see WWE. I want to see the brand, not the individual." Well, Adrian Street back in those days, that's who they wanted to see when he was on the card. And that basically, and we did a lot of sellouts, and he wasn't in the main event. He'd be on fourth or whatever. And I'm sure he had some kind of a deal or something, but They come to see Adrian Street, and when they saw him, that was a highlight of the night.
Who beat more people up, Adrian or Miss Linda?
Who beat more people?
Yeah, let's say fans try and get to the ring to bum rush Adrian. Did Miss Linda catch most of them?
Oh, she beat the crap out of them too. Those people were rugged. They had to be. But if it ever got to the point where Adrian had to come out, that person was hurt. Because we had always put, I guess, I wasn't in charge, but I guess they would put extra security, maybe another guy around them or something. But see, back in those days, we got to go back because gay people in the wrestling business weren't respected. And you could say all kind of names. You could use the F word, and the whole chant would go around the whole arena. It would just go on. And I mean, you can't do that now. But, and I don't know, the gay people have always had some kind of a stigma about them anyway, especially in the 60s and 70s and 80s, and even up into the 90s, and even up to today, really. You know, just people are just, they can't show their true colors anymore. But then again, Adrian was encouraging it because he wanted the promoter to hear how these people would get up, and because people don't get up and yell just for their health. They get up and yell because they want to. So if I was the booker, I'd be listening to that, and I said, damn, this guy's getting a hell of a reaction out of these people. I'm going to do something with him. And that's what happened. And Adrian made a lot of money, and the promoter made a lot of money.
Yeah, and he went to, I believe he started making trunks and outfits for wrestlers for years and years as well. So he made money for decades, that man.
I'd actually forgotten that, but yeah. And he was very creative, not only in music, but in sewing all the wrestling outfits. And he had some great outfits when he put those two, and I loved his hairdo. He put it up in the little corn buns up here. And he was too much, but a great entertainer. I'd go out and watch his matches. Now, when you get the guys in the dressing room going out and watching another talent perform, that's when he's over.
A curtain sellout is
he would sell out. He would sell out the curtain. Not one night, but he would sell out most nights.
Good for him. I think he's one of those unsung heroes. Yeah, he's definitely one of the unsung heroes of wrestling, isn't he? That just really push the envelope and character and everything.
Well, I don't know how many territories he worked here. He worked Memphis. I think he worked Continental.
He was in Mid-South, I believe, for a short while, and I believe he was in Jim Crockett Charlotte, Promotions briefly, and then he just seems to disappear.
Mid-Atlantic. And I think he maybe went to Florida.